You live anyplace else besides East Providence?
Yeah, Myrtle Beach, South Carolina.
Oh. You live in Myrtle Beach?
Yeah.
He should stay there.
Good morning.
Good morning, sir. Who's this with you?
My wife.
Good morning.
Right from the start, this courtroom has a light and humorous tone. The judge hears that the man lives in Myrtle Beach, South Carolina, and instantly jokes that he should stay there, sparking laughter. It's a small moment, but it sets the stage for what's coming, a mix of humor, personality, and real-life issues. But behind the laughter, there's still a legal matter to handle. So the question is, will this case stay lighthearted or take a serious turn?
Mrs. DaCosta, you were due in court last month. You didn't show up.
I was here, but I didn't get here soon enough.
Oh, you got here too late?
Yeah, I got here, I thought court was at 9, so I got here like 8:45.
Yeah.
But she said court started at 8, so.
Oh. Were you with him?
Not on that particular day.
Oh.
Now things shift to business. The defendant is asked why he missed his previous court date. He claims he actually showed up, but too late. He thought court started at 9 when it was actually at 8. That raises an interesting point. Is this a simple misunderstanding or just an excuse? Have you ever been late to something important because of confusion like this?
What do you want to tell me about this? You're charged with speeding on Elmwood Avenue.
Yep.
What do you want to tell me about it?
Well, I was coming out of Cranston into Providence. On one side of Park Avenue, the speed limit is 35. And once you cross Park Avenue, it drops down to 25, which is downhill. And she got me going 30 and a 25. Yeah.
The focus turns to the actual charge, speeding. The man explains the road conditions, saying the speed limit suddenly drops from 35 to 25 after crossing a certain point. He admits he was going 30 in a 25 zone, but tries to justify it based on how the road is structured. It's a classic defense. I wasn't that far over, but is that enough to avoid a penalty?
What she did was the police officer actually was able to clock you at 39, but the police officer gave you a break. So rather than charge you with doing 39 miles in a 25, gave you a break and charged you with doing 30 in a 25.
She told
Here's where things get interesting. The judge reveals that the officer actually clocked them going 39 miles per hour, much higher than what he admitted. However, instead of charging him for that, the officer gave him a break and wrote 30 instead. That's a big detail. It shows leniency from law enforcement, but also raises a question. Should that kindness matter in court?
me 30. She didn't say nothing about 39.
Your Honor, the summons should have been rewritten, and they did send out the notice, but by crossing out on the ticket or whatever, I've explained it to them millions of times that that's not acceptable here or at tribunal.
Okay.
Now we hit a technical twist. The defense points out an issue with the ticket itself, a discrepancy due to something being crossed out and rewritten. The judge immediately acknowledges that this kind of error is not acceptable. And just like that, the case starts to shift. It's no longer about speed, it's about procedure.
Because there is a discrepancy on the summons, Inspector Quinn is moving that the matter be dismissed. I'm going to do that.
Thank you.
And then, just like that, the case is dismissed. Not because he wasn't speeding, but because of a technical flaw in the summons. This is a powerful moment. It shows how important proper documentation is in the legal system. But what do you think? Is this justice or just a lucky escape?
Thank you.
You live anyplace else besides East Providence?
Yeah, Myrtle Beach, South Carolina.
Oh. You live in Myrtle Beach?
Yeah.
He should stay there.
Well, you must come from, you live in Myrtle Beach too, no?
No,
he lives in
I
Rhode
visit.
Island.
I just can't visit if he's here.
Oh, he goes to Myrtle Beach.
I live in Myrtle Beach. She lives in Rhode Island.
Well, you're going to have a long marriage. Mm-hmm. It'll last for a long time, Inspector Quinn.
I'm going to have a little talk and find out how he pulled that off.
He didn't.
She drove
He
me
ran.
With the pressure gone, the courtroom returns to humor. The judge dives into the couple's unusual living arrangement, him in Myrtle Beach, her in Rhode Island. The playful teasing continues with jokes about how their marriage might actually last longer this way. It's lighthearted, but also surprisingly relatable.
Whoa, all right. You gotta get them two out of here, Judge. It looks like some marital discord's about to arise.
Not us.
No,
They'd
other
be
people.
very happy. You guys seem to be very
We
happy,
are.
right?
Yeah.
All right, so let me get this straight. All right, you live in Rhode Island, you
Yep.
live in Myrtle Beach, right? It's a nice place to live, particularly in the winter. So what do? You stay here summers and stay there winter?
No, I work in both towns.
Yeah.
I live there though, but I do work here and I do work there.
Yeah, okay.
So I'm here about 3 or 4 times a year.
As the conversation continues, we learn more about their situation. She stays behind to care for her parents while he travels for work. It paints a picture of a couple balancing responsibilities and independence. The judge recognizes this, calling them a nice family. It's a reminder that behind every case, there are real lives and real stories.
But she lives here because we also take care of her parents, so she can't leave Rhode Island yet.
Oh, I got it. Okay. Wait, sounds like a nice family. Now, when he's in South Carolina, does he send you the check?
I work. I work for a living. When he's there, I can work more.
Wow, very independent.
Yeah. He wouldn't have it any other way.
Pretty good, sounds like a pretty good arrangement to me.
Yeah.
Well, want to find out if she's got a sister that wants to work extra hours. too.
The humor keeps flowing, especially when the judge jokes about their arrangement and her independence. But beneath the laughter, there's respect. This isn't just comedy. It's a courtroom where people are treated like human beings, not just defendants. And that's what makes moments like this stand out.
Based on the recommendation of Inspector Quinn, the matter will be dismissed. Good luck.
Thank you.
In the end, the case is officially dismissed based on the recommendation of the inspector. No fines, no penalties, just a clean slate. This case highlights how legal technicalities can impact outcomes, but also how compassion and personality can shape the courtroom experience. Final thoughts. This was more than just a speeding case. It was a mix of law, human error, and humor. The ruling shows the importance of proper procedure, while the judge's approach reminds us that justice can still have a human touch. Do you think he deserved the dismissal or just got lucky? Would you have ruled the same way? Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more real courtroom moments and breakdowns.